Okay, from the term mining itself, it is very clear that we try to mine something valuable that is not means easily visible from, from easily visible for everyone. What I can say, okay, we need to find it out. We need to explore it out. Similarly, like your diamond mining, gold mining, and then coal mining. Similarly, we have data mining because nowadays what is more valuable is our data, nothing more important than data. So data mining in general terms means mining or digging deep into data which is in different forms to gain patterns or to gain knowledge on the pattern. So one term we are using here is pattern. Okay. So what does it mean by pattern? Anyone? So pattern is nothing but a proper, I can say, a definite structure that is following major portion of data. Like you have already gone through the pattern recognition problems in your Unix paper while you are doing the shell programming. You have gone through this, so you are very much aware with this term pattern. So, like in this case, data mining is the technique by which we try to find out that particular pattern. In the process of data mining, large data sets are far sorted, then patterns are identified and relationships are established to perform data analysis and solve problems. You should very carefully notice the steps. First, we try to sort the data, not just the sort. When you go into the depth of it, you'll find it there are numerous techniques or there are numerous processes that you have to undergo in this step that we know as data pre-processing technique. From there, patterns are identified, and then we try to establish the relationships that may exist among those different patterns. Okay, so that is the basic definition of data mining. Now, as you know that knowledge, you may recall what I have taught you in my DBMS paper that data, information, knowledge, database. So these terms that I have defined clearly there, and you know about that, what are the differences between term and what are the relationships that these terms are being associated. So data mining as a knowledge recovery or knowledge extraction, you can say, because knowledge is the part that that is what actually we target for these different techniques. We target to find out that knowledge or extract that knowledge in AI or in machine learning. Everywhere we try to concern with that knowledge. Now, this particular slide talks about data mining as a KDD process. Okay, remember the term KDD. Now, what does this KDD stands for? Is knowledge discovery in database. You know that we used to keep data in the database. We are just keeping it. No matter that it is being growing every day basis, every hour basis, every minute basis, this data size is being increased. So mere storing the data is not going to help us. We try to find out some hidden patterns there that may be beneficial for our company to add some profits to our company. Okay, so these things, this that trend we need to find out from that big database, and or we can say that we need to find out that knowledge on that particular data. And in that case, how the data mining is going to help. That's what actually we mean by the sentence, or you can say by the code, data mining as a KDD process, data mining as a knowledge discovery in database process. A very, very important term, 20 times asked in the exam, even in our UGC NET examination or any competitive examination, at least one question is being asked from this particular topic. So what are the steps involved in this KDD process? First one is data cleansing. See, I'm writing here cleaning. Sometimes it is also pronounced as cleansing. Okay, data cleansing and data cleaning, same thing. Then data integration up to now, as we have completed the data warehouse and data modeling part. So you are very much familiar with these terms like integration, and then what I can say, that extraction and loading, these things, these terms you are very much familiar with. So first step being the data cleansing process. The second one is data integration. Third one is the data selection. Fourth one is the data transformation. Fifth, very important, that is the data mining. Then pattern evaluation, and then knowledge presentation. Right. Each step will discuss in detail. First, data cleansing. In this step, the noise and inconsistent data is removed. So first question for today's lectures to the candidates who are interested, that what do you understand by noise and how many different types of noise that may exist in the case of unstructured data like images. I'll check that how many of you are interested truly to learn this subject by going through your answers. So the first step, data cleansing, is the step where we try to remove the noise or inconsistent data. I know you guys are very much aware with the term inconsistent or the consistency, because you have attended my DBMS lectures, and I know that I have discussed in examples that what does it mean by data consistency and how the data inconsistency problem occurs with some example. You may recall that. So data cleansing process just to remove that noise and inconsistent data. Then second, data integration. So you already know that our data is not the case that we are keeping it only one place, right? We may keep it different sources. So what happened that we have to collect this data from different sources. That may be your Excel sheets, that may be your plain documents, or that may be your database tables, anything, any different sources. So we need to integrate those different data sources. So this is the second step, data integration. These two steps, if you try to analyze properly, students, just to note you, give you a note that this time I'm thinking about conducting the exam in a different way. This time, this will be not the case that you will be given the simple questions. Simple questions means you do those you know, but the question will be a tricky one. This is just to help you to clear the exams, or those only students who those students will clear the exams who have good knowledge on these things, on this concept I'm discussing throughout the class, and those who are keeping or who are giving extra effort to learn those topics. Not the simple bench as it is question is coming. We will try to frame the questions in such a way that will fulfill the criteria, and also the analytical bench view will be required to understand the problem. Then only you may answer the questions. Like this question, one question As a sample, I may give you that this data cleansing process and the data integration process. I can say that I may interchange these two steps. Now, question is that how is it going to benefit the whole process, or is it going to contribute positively towards the process or not? If yes, you put forward your analytical point of view. If no, then why so? Give your reasons. तो सीधी सी बात, मैंने क्या पूछा क्वेश्चन में कि जो डाटा क्लिंचिंग प्रोसेस है और डाटा इंटीग्रेशन प्रोसेस, ये दो स्टेप। देखो इस बार क्वेश्चन ऐसा ही होगा, जो सही ढंग से क्लासेस अटेंड कर रहा है, जो हर क्वेश्चन देख रहा है, जो सारे टॉपिक्स देख रहा है, वो ही क्लियर हो पाएगा। अदरवाइज I'm sorry, that is not going to help as part of PG students. So ये दो प्रोसेस को नहीं, तो ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है। आप लोग सारे क्वेश्चंस इजीली कर सकते हो अगर आपके पास आइडिया क्लियर होगा तो। ठीक है, डरने की कोई बात नहीं, जो सिंसियर है वो इजीली पास हो जाएगा, जो नहीं है तो यू नो दैट। तो डाटा क्लीनिंग और डाटा इंटीग्रेशन, ये दोनों प्रोसेस को मैं इंटरचेंज कर सकता हूँ, और इससे क्या बेनिफिट होगा, बेनिफिट होगा या नहीं, अगर होगा तो क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, आपका अपना एनालिसिस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बताएंगे आप लोग। ठीक है, दिस इज अ सैंपल क्वेश्चन, ऐसा क्वेश्चन कुछ इस टाइप का आएंगे। देन डाटा सिलेक्शन, इन दिस स्टेप data relevant to the analysis tasks are retrieved from the database। मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि जो जितने भी डाटा मैंने रखा है इंटीग्रेशन के बाद या क्लिंचिंग के बाद, सारे के सारे डाटा मैं यूज करूंगा। नो, दिस इज नॉट द केस। तो मेरे एनालिसिस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मेरा जो टारगेट है मेरा, ठीक है, उसके हिसाब से जो होगा, जो जिस डाटा की जरूरत पड़ेगी वही हम यूज करेंगे। लाइक एज फॉर एग्जांपल, आई एम ट्राइंग टू analyze the data regarding the sales of one product, say X, at a particular region, say Y। अब मुझे X जो प्रोडक्ट है उसका सेल्स डिटेल चाहिए Y रीजन के लिए। तो इसीलिए मैं क्या करूंगा, फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर टास्क आई एम गोइंग टू सिलेक्ट ओनली दैट डाटा। I'm not going to select those P, Q, R, those different data. I'm going to focus on that particular data. So data selection means we have to just focus on those data which is required for our analysis process. Right? Then we have data transformation. In this step, data is transformed or consolidated into forms appropriate for mining by performing summary or aggregation operations। क्या हुआ है, देखिए डेटा आपके अलग अलग फॉर्म पे हो सकता है, राइट? और सिंपली आपको मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, डेटा का टाइप भी अलग अलग हो सकते हैं। सो वी नीड टू ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू यूनिक टाइप दैट इज बीइंग रिक्वायर्ड फॉर आवर प्रोसेस। ठीक है, जो जिस फॉर्म में मुझे एनालिसिस करना है उस फॉर्म में मैं अपना डाटा को ट्रांसफॉर्म करूंगा। ठीक है, दैट इज द डाटा transformation process, a very important process. With this, second questions for this lecture is that you are going to tell me what are the different forms that data may exist। data का क्या अलग अलग different form हो सकते हैं, ये बताओगे only for those who are interested। Then coming to the next one, that is data mining। अभी जो मैंने पहले स्टार्ट किया था, then I told you that data mining is the technique by which we try to find out those hidden patterns from that big amount of the data। So in this step, some intelligent methods are applied so that we can extract those important data patterns. Those are hidden, okay? There are different data mining techniques. We'll go through them in details. Now, next is that Whenever we have applied those techniques, of course, we'll get some patterns. Now, it is the time that we have to evaluate those patterns. ठीक है, पैटर्न हमें मिल गया किससे? ये डाटा माइनिंग टेक्निक्स आपने अप्लाई किया, उस उससे क्या हो गया, आपको वो पैटर्न का आइडिया लग गया, वो पैटर्न आपको मिल गया। अब ये पैटर्न्स को इवैल्यूएट करना है, क्या यही पैटर्न सही है this particular process के लिए? Whether this is the particular pattern that we are looking for, that how much this is relevant, these things we need to find out, right? So for that, we apply some pattern evaluation techniques. And with those techniques, we'll evaluate those patterns. Okay. Then the last one is that knowledge presentation. So whenever we got the evaluated the pattern, we know that this is the pattern that is actually we are seeking for. तो वो पैटर्न आप नॉलेज के फॉर्म में किसको रिप्रेजेंट करना है? जो जानना चाह रहे थे कि यही वाला चीज था जिसके जो जो हमें चाहिए था एक्चुअली, किस वे से, किस डिफरेंट ट्रेंड से आपका ग्रोथ हो रहा था उस पार्टिकुलर रीजन में, आपका एक्स नाम के जो प्रोडक्ट है, ठीक है? तो ये ट्रेंड और ये जो नॉलेज है आपको रिप्रेजेंट करना पड़ेगा। ऐसा नहीं है कि जो यूजर्स हैं, those users are very much aware with those technical things. They may not be, right? So for that, what happens? You have to represent that knowledge in such a way that those common users will also be able to get it, get the inside view of that, right? So that is what knowledge presentation. So knowledge presentation means how you are going to represent the knowledge. So data mining as a creativity process, a very important topic being discussed here. I can assure you that one question, of course, I will select from this for your exam. So we got it that different sub-steps are involved here, like data cleansing, data integration, data selection, data transformation, data mining, data evaluation, and knowledge presentation. After explaining these terms, one diagram I would like to show it to you that will help you to understand this process in much better way. So you will see that database cleansing and integration being done. After cleansing, this is what you got, right? Now, some transformation, selection and transformation need to be done. Then you may apply data mining techniques only to the relevant data, the output of which will give you the patterns that are hidden patterns. Now you need to evaluate that pattern, and finally you need to show it to the users in a form that they will also be able to grasp that knowledge. This diagram, believe me, is a very important term. Whenever you go to textbooks on data mining, then you will find this diagram. I suggest that you guys go through the Hannon Kemper data mining book, textbook, very famous book in this area. Then data mining, practical machine learning, that is by Wittin. So these two books are sufficient or more than enough to have those important extra points that you'd like to know. So this is a very important diagram. I hope all of you have already taken the screenshot. So with this, I'm stopping right here. Thank you.